Hey everyone, it's Lisa Wells here from Living the Healthy Way in SA. Today I am talking to the fabulous Bridget Johns from Be Simply Free. She is an organisational expert. I've brought her on board because I think it's really important that we can learn how to sort of declutter our pantry and our fridges, and having those things organised will also help us to have that healthier lifestyle that we're after. So Bridget, thanks, welcome, and thank you for coming and being here today.
Thanks.
Pleasure to have you. All right, so we're going to get straight into it. Absolute pleasure.
Cool.
Okay, so I have reached out to you and said, Bridget, I know you're the best in Adelaide, South Australia, probably even, to bring you on board and help declutter my pantry and my fridge as well, because I know these are the two places in the kitchen that can cause some, a little bit of anxiety even. Things aren't put back, if you're constantly struggling to, find your ingredients, and it just gives you so much peace of mind when your pantry and your fridge is organised. So I'm going to shoot off quick fire a couple of questions, and then we're going to get into how do we declutter and organise our fridge and our pantry. Okay, so what is your healthiest go-to meal when you order out?
I love grabbing a big salad and some protein. So there's normally some type of chicken salad option there. That's my favourite go-to.
Awesome. And if you're being unhealthy, when you go out, what would be your go-to unhealthy choice?
Oh, I'm a good fan of being in country South Australia at footy and netball on a Saturday. The chips and gravy is always a fave here.
Yeah, chips and gravy. I love that. I haven't had it in ages, actually. And was talking the other day, my husband was saying, I don't think our kids have ever had chips and gravy, so I have to get onto that. I know, crazy, hey. All right. So what is something that people might not understand, or they might misunderstand about what you do in decluttering?
Yeah, so I am an organisation expert and help people declutter their stuff. But sometimes people don't think that stuff is not just the physical things. It's the thoughts that run around in your head. So that can be the mental clutter. It can be the things on your screen, on your computer, that all the files you have, all those probably tens of thousands of photos you have. So I love supporting people to declutter not only their homes, but their calendars and minds too, so they can have more space in their minds to do the things they love. So that's what we work through together, and we just take baby step plan to reduce all those things so they can do more things they love.
Oh, great. So like an internal clutter, decluttering as well.
Yeah, because a lot of the
awesome.
time we think about so much stuff and that can clog us up, and we don't have enough time to do the things we want because we're worrying about all those things in our minds.
Yeah, okay, awesome. All right, tell me, what is something that your program has done for your clients that you didn't expect?
Yeah, well, what a lot of people come to know the how-to of the physical decluttering, but what I actually love, and the best thing that the clients get out of it, is learning how to communicate their needs and wants and how they want their spaces to look like with their family, particularly their partner and their kids. Because when we stop, focus, notice, which we'll talk about in a sec, we can articulate what we want our space to look like, but then we can bring those people on board to make those changes, because it's not just you as a mum that needs to do the physical decluttering and keeping it maintained. It's bring the whole family on board. So when we open that communication, we get more loving relationships and hopefully free up some time, because everyone's taking ownership over tidying and keeping those spaces decluttered. So that's one of the best things clients say. Not only is the space decluttered, but we are enjoying the space more as a family.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. And yeah, it's so true. That's what I talk to my clients about when they're organised and prepared with healthy food. They know what to expect. They know what's coming.
Yes.
And that really does take such a mental load off, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Beautiful. Okay, now I guess being healthy is different for everybody. So it's just nice to sort of see other people's perspective of what being healthy means. So Bridget, what does being healthy mean to you?
Being healthy means to me having the energy and some mindset to do the things that I love. And I believe that being healthy is choosing the nourishing foods. There will be a mix of the term healthy and unhealthy foods in there, but having nourishing foods that give us the energy to enjoy our lives, to do the things we want to do. I love getting out and exercising for my mental health as much as my physical health. And I think they're all intertwined to live a healthy life. So yeah, I move for enjoyment, not for punishment.
Yeah, I love that. And I guess some people think of being healthy, it's all carrot sticks and lettuce and flogging yourself at the gym, but we're here to change that mentality, you know, and it's great that we're getting that message out there. I think it's really important. Okay, so now to the good stuff. Why is it important to take the time to declutter your pantry and your fridge?
Because it's when you have those spaces organized, it just makes it easier to make those healthier choices. It makes it easier to know where to find those ingredients. We're not having to go to the back of a cupboard to find those things. We've got a system in place where everyone knows where the sauces and the herbs are, and everyone puts it back in the right place. So again, talking about that communication with our family as well. It's about choosing the prime real estate. We think about prime real estate in a housing perspective. You can also think about it in the supermarket. We talk about the prime real estate being the section that you can literally reach forward with your hands. Think about that in your fridge and pantry too. So when you take the time to make things easy for you to grab, you're more likely to make those healthy choices rather than grabbing the quick fix of Jats and crackers or something. You're going to have your healthy food ready to go.
Yeah, beautiful. And I can just kind of visualize myself in front of a pantry that's not organized, and you're like, oh, where do I start? How am I even going to make anything out of this? But if you've got everything all nice and pretty, I mean, girls, we love pretty things, you know, and a pantry is no exception. Why not make it pretty and just usable and doable for you and your family? So there is probably no one cookie cutter thing, but at least you can make it doable for everybody, which is great.
Yep.
Okay, so how often should we do this? How often do we do like a big clean out, like chuck out all those exotic ingredients when we were on that health fad, you know, from 3 years ago? How often would be good to declutter our pantry and our fridge?
I believe, you can do a big declutter probably now if you're feeling like your pantry is a bit too full, but then it should be, you can do a quick declutter every couple of weeks just to say, oh, I'm not using that, or I want to add that to the grocery list of things to do. So I'd probably give the pantry a good wipe out and clean off the shelves every 6 months. So like at once summer and once in winter there. And then with my fridge, I'm normally wiping that out when I've got a clear fridge, probably every month or so. Just take the time before I do a food shop to wipe down those shelves to clear them off. But once you've got, I believe in having that your pantry isn't a supermarket, so it shouldn't be full to the brim of things. And you should have your basics that you and your family choose are the key things you have, and then shop for those extra ingredients each week. So when you go with that philosophy, it's easy to do a quick wipe out of a shelf so it doesn't become a big task every 12 months. So once it's reset, you should be able to do a less than 1% of your day tidy, which is 14.4 minutes, and your space will be reset.
Awesome. And I guess, I mean, you're saying if you're going to do that big sort of clean out every 6 months, that's probably good at change of season, because we do tend to use different ingredients, I suppose, for our summer cooking and our winter cooking, you know, so that probably does make a lot of sense. Well done.
Yeah.
All right. So what does it actually mean to declutter? Does it mean just getting rid of all the stuff you don't use anymore, or, you know, what does it actually mean?
Well, to declutter, I have a philosophy of to stop, focus, notice. And then the physical decluttering is to sort, simplify, and systemize. So when I'm talking about stop, focus, notice, you can open your pantry 10,000 times and it's not going to change how it looks. So it's about stopping doing the same thing over and over again and expecting the pantry to magically change. And then to focus and take the time to think, because a lot of the time we don't do that. Write down what you love about your pantry, what works, what doesn't, what makes you angry, and then talk to the other people that use that space. So talk to your partner, housemates, whoever's using your kitchen, talk to your kids, because this is a lot of where the mental clutter comes from, because we expect everyone to know where things go, but maybe we haven't actually told them that the spices now go on the top right corner. So talk to everyone, involve them, so it's not just your responsibility. And then notice some things you want to change and give them a go. So that's doing the notice step involves sorting out your pantry. The first step of my decluttering process is to look through your pantry and see which things are out of date. Which are those fad ingredients that you thought you were going to use but have sat there for 2 or 3 years?
The quinoa flour.
You can either dispose of them and put them into recycling or your compost, or you can make the choice that the next week or two you're going to focus on using those ingredients. And then you want to simplify. So what do we want to get rid of? What can go where? Is there an ingredient that you've got 3 packets of flour that you can put into a container? So we're simplifying what's going to be in there. And then we're going to systemize, talking about that prime real estate. When you walk into your pantry, you probably want to have your breakfast dry goods easily to grab, because that's a common thing that people use each day. So having your spreads like your Vegemites and peanut butters are really accessible in that prime real estate, those 2 shelves as soon as you walk into the pantry, your cereals, and having them ready to access. And then work out what a system would work for you. Do you have the option to adjust the heights of your shelves in your pantry to maximize space? You might want to decide to have some different storage containers in there. So I really encourage people to measure their spaces to make sure they can maximize the space if they're buying storage containers. And then when you're putting things in, put like with like. So if you've got all your oils in a container, have all your spices near each other. I'm not a big baker, so my baking supplies go right up the top of my pantry. But if you're a big baker, maybe the pantry stuff goes in the middle there. So it's not a cookie cutter approach. It's about stop, focus, notice what works for you and your family, and then give it a try. You don't have to keep it this way. It's about giving it a go, talking to the family if this is working for us. And another simple tip is, yes, it's beautiful to have those pretty labels, but let's just start with done is better than perfect. Get some masking tape and a permanent marker and just stick it on the shelf so they know the cereals go there. So there's a visual reminder for your family to know the new homes of things.
Beautiful. And when you sent me through, your stop, focus and notice, and then sort, simplify and systemize, the light bulbs were just going off in my mind. And you're right, it doesn't have to be like that. Like, you try it. If it doesn't work, you try something else. And I'm like, oh yeah, of course.
And sometimes we set our pantries up because that's how our parents had our pantries, but we have the power to set our own home up for ourselves. So we're not setting our homes up for our visitors. That's a big saying of mine: set your home up for your family, not your visitors. So set up your pantry for you and your family and do it how you like. There's no cookie cutter approach.
Well, that's right. And I mean, we bought our house 5 years ago, and I'm a totally different person to how I was 5 years ago. So yeah, it does make sense to reorganize things and change things. And the labels are really helpful. So that's a great idea with the masking tape or the sticky tape and a permanent marker, just to get you through. And
also with your drawers, I said for you, just like right on the top of a lid, because if you're pulling a drawer out, to save you just those microseconds of having to lift up a container to see what's in it, just try and think of a simple option that suits you and your family. Remember, it doesn't need to be a supermarket. You don't need 5 spare containers of something in your cupboard.
Yeah, look, we have so many herbs and spices, honestly. It is crazy. My husband has got a bit of a condiment and a herb and spice addiction, and you will get that one thing for that one meal and then never probably use it again. So I'll be going through that this weekend, and I'm going to spend some time. I'm working with Bridget this week, and I will be showing you the results at the end of this episode, so you can see the embarrassing before of my pantry and the after result of my beautiful new organized pantry, that the whole family will be on board with how to put things back. I mean, because that's a big thing, honestly. Just put it back where you got it from.
Yes. And very often in many of my coaching sessions with people, helping them make these choices of what stays and goes, and finding that forever home. If it doesn't have a forever home, maybe it doesn't need to stay in the pantry or the home.
That's right. And you also gave me another money saving tip as well. Like, when I'm looking for, containers to put all my sauces together in, have I got any Tupperware that doesn't have a lid anymore? And I don't even know how that happens. But yes, I do have some Tupperware containers that don't have lids. So good call. Thank you. Save me $10 on getting a new container.
Yeah, and I'm all for, like, we have so much already in our society. So maybe do a scout around your house and see what storage containers you already have before you go to the Kmarts and the Targets of the world. I know it looks pretty, but I'd much prefer practical and using what you have before you buy new.
Even op shops, they have some really nice stuff too as well.
Definitely.
So,
we stocked our whole caravan with op shop things, so reuse.
Awesome.
And see if any other friends have got some things they want to get rid of too that you can reuse.
Awesome, Bridget. Look, that has been so amazing, so helpful. Listen, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do and how you do it, what you've got coming up that people can also maybe be a part of as well?
Yeah, so I'm based in country South Australia. So I actually work with women all over Australia and the world to declutter their homes, calendars and minds. And I do that through Zoom coaching calls where we catch up fortnightly for a 3-month period, setting an action plan. And then I'm there through WhatsApp message every day to help them make the changes in their home, because I really believe it needs to be a mindset shift to keep the clutter at bay long term. So that's my favorite way of working with people. And then 3 times a year, I offer an online course called Clear Clutter Find Time. So generally in March, June and September. So if you're watching this around one of those times, please join. And as an extra bonus, if you send me an email after you've joined and mentioned you'd seen this video with Lisa, I'll actually give you a bonus one-on-one chat where we can make an action plan, potentially for sorting through your pantry or fridge, valued at $250 as an extra bonus if you want to do that with me. But yeah, reach out at any time, and follow up on social media for the free tips I share on there as well.
Oh, your Instagram is awesome, actually. And I'll pop your little Instagram handle up on here on the screen so people can follow you on Instagram. But yeah, really have a look into Bridget's course. And so it's 2022 now, so that offer is just valid for probably either the June or September courses that she has. But if you're watching it years from now, because this is such an amazing series that it's being watched forever, just reach out to Bridget, have a chat, tell her that you saw her here on Living the Healthy Way in SA. And you've gotten in touch with her just because you've seen the episode and you thought it was great. So thank you so much for your time, Bridget, and thank you for what you do for us women, helping us to declutter, find more time, and just, living more peacefully in our life. It's big these days. Our everything is so busy and jam-packed. So I really do appreciate your time today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And remember to collect those moments, not the things.
Definitely. Awesome. Thanks, Bridget. See you soon. Bye.
So here I am. I have completed my fabulous pantry makeover, and I just wanted to show you all of the stuff that came out of that. So let's have a look. Here is all the stuff that came out of my pantry that we don't need any longer, or is out of date and expired. I do have a winner here. This cream of tartare had a use by date of 2019, so certainly winning on that one. So hopefully we have inspired you enough to do your own pantry makeover, and we would love to see any before and after shots, and of course your most out-of-date product. Send us an email, flick us through the image, it'll be great to see. Thank you so much for living the healthy way with us today, and we look forward to seeing you next time.